Hello and welcome to today's focus. I'm using the Cosmic Journey Oracle deck. Spirit, what guidance do you have for the collective for today's focus? Cut away what is no longer needed for you. Release what no longer serves you. What is it that you're dealing with that seems like it's in a constant loop, right? Either you haven't learned from it, you haven't learned the lessons from it, um, or it's just something that it's kind of like a drag, right? It's just, you don't want it, so release it, right? The new moon is coming up, um, and you can set some intentions to make a difference, right? The full moon that was in Capricorn was about releasing things that no longer serve us. Doesn't mean you can only do it on the full moon. It has more power on the full moon, but you can release something anytime. And by releasing that, you can write it down on a piece of paper, right? And then you can burn it, right? And be safe with it, be safe about burning it. But you can burn it and release it into the universe, okay? Trust and act accordingly. So look at that eye. That's about intuition, right? So trust your intuition and act on your intuition. Your higher self um, is, I call it when I was working, is your gut feeling, right? There's things you just know. You know, sometimes I just knew what we were stepping into, right? Um, I'm also a very good judge of character. And I used to have feelings about people like, okay, that person can't be trusted, or that person isn't telling the truth, or whatever, or that's a good source of information, or whatever, right? So follow your intuition and ask for help. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. Okay, Spirit, what guidance do you have for the collective for today's focus, please? What you don't see coming, the Ace of Swords, truth. What truths are you unfolding? What truths are you not seeing? Um, I'm getting that um, there's some truths that are kind of veiled, right? We just had the moon and the sun and Venus and Mercury all squaring Neptune and Black Moon Lilith, right? Black Moon Lilith is about our repressed energies, right? What we chose, or for some reason we chose to repress them, whether we were influenced by others or not. And then Neptune, um, like he puts a veil over things, right? So we see little bits of it. So there's some truths, and maybe you're not seeing them clearly. Maybe you don't want to see them clearly. Okay. The Knight of Swords, movement. There's fast movement. Are things happening too fast for you right now? Um, are you huh. I'm getting that maybe you're not wanting to move too fast, but that's just the feeling I'm getting right now. Let's see what else comes out in the reading. And I wanted, oh goodness, that was a sign, right? You see that feather fall? So you see how they're cutting off that dead branch, right? It's not growing. It's not like that, right? Like the one on top that has um, the greenery, right? It's not serving the tree anymore, so it's being cut off. So there's something that needs to be released. And you have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is about beliefs and traditions. Are there beliefs and traditions that you don't particularly believe in anymore? It's okay. You can release those, right? You can change those. You can. have been brought up a certain way and now you believe something else. There's nothing wrong with that. Are you going to upset a couple people? Maybe. Your parents might be upset because you don't want to be whatever anymore, right? But this is your life, right? We're empowering ourselves right now. Um, I was raised with certain beliefs, and I don't believe all of the things that I was raised with. There's a lot of things I do, but I will tell you that reading tarot wasn't something that went along with those beliefs that I was told or that I was taught. But I have to do what I have to do for myself, right? And when I was getting the Hierophant card, I saw Temperance. So Archangel Michael, that's one of the things I still believe in, is the saints, right? And I believe in Archangel Michael. I was in the military and I used to jump out of airplanes and I was law enforcement. Saint Michael is my patron saint because he's the patron saint of all those things. So um, Archangel Michael is here to protect you, right? Okay, how are you showing up? The Three of Swords. So there's some pain going on. So that could be why maybe you don't want to cut this off, because as much as things hurt us, sometimes we don't want to get rid of them because maybe we've been dealing with them our whole life. Maybe by cutting that pain, you're cutting somebody else off and you don't want to get rid of them, right? It's hard. Um, but we have to think what's better in the end, right? What's better for ourselves. And finding out the truth hurts, right? Truth is going to sting you, right? But it's not going to slice you and cut you like a lie, right? Lies make you bleed, and the truth, it makes you think, right? And it stings, and but it eventually heals, right? Not like lies. Your challenge is the Ace of Cups, is the cup of love. Look at all that love. Look at all those feelings coming, flowing, right? My cup overfloweth. So you might be hurting right now. You might not want to cut it off, whatever it is, but there's plenty of love here, right? And you have the hand with the divine, and you have the dove, right? And it's offering you love and peace, right? So we need to continue to evolve, right? We can stay stagnant, but it's sometimes it gets to a point where it's not happy anymore, right? And you need to trust your intuition, right? I think your intuition is telling you, and maybe you don't want to hear it. That's what I'm getting. That's for somebody. Your recent past is a tower. So there was a sudden change. So see, the cards are kind of validating what I'm saying. We're going to get clarification on that tower. But something happened. A sudden truth, maybe. And now it's causing you to think. But you don't have to do it in an instant, right? You can take your time. What's the time? What's the rush, right? Unless somebody's going to be hurt or you're going to be hurt physically, right? Or somebody's in danger, you can take your time. Your near future is a Two of Pentacles. You have a choice, right? And I say choice because he's juggling pentacles, right? He's juggling his options. And maybe um, we'll get clarification on that too. Sometimes people don't like options because you're maybe afraid of making the wrong choice, right? And your overall energy is the moon. Um, the energy, um, or one of the cards that came up for yesterday's focus was also the moon, right? At that time, that card was the new moon. This one is the moon in itself. So we still have the energy of the full moon with us, right? The moon is, when you look outside, it's still pretty big, right? Um, and if you look, you have duality, right? You have the dog and the wolf, and they're white and gray, right? Light and dark, right? Light and shadow. That's our duality, right? We we have a dual energy. And shadow doesn't mean it's a bad thing, right? Our energy, our shadow energy doesn't mean it's bad. It just means that it's hidden for some reason. Um, and I don't know, why are we hiding it? Black Moon Lilith comes to mind. Why did we repress that, right? Did someone tell us to do it? Did we feel that we needed to do it because we were worried about what people thought about us? Um, so, um, what is that saying? Oh, I can't think of it, but it's like, let your something shine, right? So I'm saying, let your shadow shine, right? There's some good stuff about it. Is it unique? Maybe, sure. But we're all unique, right? But then you have the crustacean here, which is about new life. He's coming out of the water. There's a path, and the path goes through the pillars, right? So there's movement. So let's get some clarification on this tower. Spirit, what does the collective need to know about this tower? This sudden change from the recent past. Nine of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. So this sudden change was because you have wants and desires, right? You know you have love to give, and you know who you want to give it to, when you want to give it to, and how you want to give it to them, right? Or to it. Because you could be love of your career, could be love of something else. And all this is going to lead to happiness. So that was the sudden change, right? You had a realization of truth, right? You trusted your instincts, or you're going to trust your instincts and your intuition, right? Your challenge is the cup of love. Change is hard, right? You have the love to change all this, um, but you need to heal this hurt. And maybe this cup of love that's challenging you is helping you heal, right? You're healing with love. Let's get a clarification on this Two of Pentacles. Spirit, what does the collective need to know about the Two of Pentacles in the near, or in the near future, please? Death, transformation, Queen of Cups, and the Hermit. So let's get a couple more cards on the death. Okay, so you have the near future is about transforming, right? You're learning to nurture yourself, right, in this love. And you have knowledge and wisdom, but there's some other knowledge and wisdom that you need to gain in order to um, overcome this challenge of all this love, right? And as far as the transformation is your overcoming patterns, right? And you have all the tools to do it. So trust in your intuition, right? Overcome those patterns and that pain, right? This is the wounded warrior. Overcome that. You have the wisdom and knowledge, and you have the tools to do it. And don't forget that you have this big cup of love. It's coming from yourself, and it's coming from others. Look at it, it's coming from the divine. Look at that hand. Be open to it. Okay? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Please share this with somebody you think might need to hear this. And until next time, have a good day.